I want to tell you a story from my life. A story about a mistake that I made that taught me a lot. This goes back about, say, 8 or 9 years, roughly. Okay, I had two job opportunities. Right? This is back when I was doing employment opportunities. One was a small company, very low base pay, high commission rate. The other company was a larger company, offered me a very large base, stability, and a very small up end right on commissions. And my father, as much as I love my father, a great guy, he's an attorney, not retired now as an attorney, but anyway, very conservative, old school style person, taught me, go to university, get a good job, work for a corporation your whole life. That's the road to success, right? I told him about the two job opportunities, and he strongly encouraged me to take the safe road, right? And at the time, I didn't have the courage or the strength inside of me to say, no, Dad, I'm going to take the road I want to take. I am going to take the quote-unquote unstable road because that's what I want. So I joined the big corporation. And it's the first time I quote-unquote failed. Well, actually, I look at that as the fact that things did not work out at that company as one of the greatest moments of my entire life. What happens there, I went there. At the end of the 3-month probation period, I walked into the managing director's office and I said, look, this company's not for me. This is not for me. And, I know you need to find a replacement to take over what I'm doing, but, I'll stick around for another few more weeks while you look for a replacement. I'm going to leave, once the replacement's found. So I went out and did my sales rounds and came back, and my computer was turned off and everything was shut down, and I was locked out of the database, and they basically said, well, look, if you're going to go, you might as well go now. So I did. I walked out of there, and 1 hour later, after having a coffee, calming down my nerves, I called the president of the small company that I wanted to go to in the first place. I didn't hesitate. I knew, at that moment, I had made a mistake. And I decided to take decisive action to correct that mistake. And I said, look, here's what happened. I always regretted not joining you. I told him the truth about my father and why I decided to not go forward. If that job opportunity is still open, I would like to take it and I can show up tomorrow. And he said, Chris, it was Wednesday. He said, Chris, actually I'm busy tomorrow and Friday. Come at 10 a.m. on Monday, we'll start. My company started at 10 a.m. So I got the job, and the really funny part is that year I went on to be the #1 account executive for sales, not only in Japan, but through Asia Pacific, because they were part of a network. It was a franchise system. Smaller companies were franchised, and were part of the network, and I was the #1 salesperson in the entire organization for APAC, and I made more money than I had in any previous job many times over. Why am I telling you this story? It's the story of two things that I think I really learned from this story. Number one is to have success in life, you have to be willing to take risks. You have to be willing to jump in and do things that are sometimes risky, that come with risk. Because with risk comes huge gain. No risk, no gain, as they say. And number two, follow your gut instincts. Never let anyone make a decision for you. Make it for yourself. I love my father. I love him with all my heart, and I owe a lot to him. But at that time, unfortunately, I let my father basically make the decision for me. I let him strongly influence my decision, and I followed his advice, which is a mistake. Follow your gut. Follow your gut and take risks, and that will lead you to the road of massive success if you take action. This is Chris Blair, and that was my success thought of the day. I'll see you tomorrow.